What's up, broadcasters? Welcome back to another exciting episode of Branding Banter, your promotional products podcast where you can get all the nerd news you need to know about. My name is Jeff Franklin, National Accounts Manager with Hidware USA.
Did you breathe?
I was like, and breathe?
I'm Meg Gerber, Chief Experience Officer at the Bark and Bowie.
I'm Sarah Gashgarian Unruh, Strategic Partnership Manager at Stahl's Fulfill Engine.
Here we go.
Very nice. So, Meg Gerber, I've got a bone to pick with you.
Oh, shit.
It's not really a bone to pick with you. It's just for dramatic effect. But have you guys noticed the new intro is really loud at the beginning and then it kind of cuts out and then kind of comes back a little bit?
I thought it was just
the old one like that?
I didn't notice it.
I got to go back and watch the old one to see if the volume kind of fluctuates like that or not. Because I may have to go in and readjust that volume if that's the case. Because
I didn't notice it, but I'll have to listen to it next time. But
I didn't notice it at the beginning, but I noticed it at the end. I was like, "Whoa, it's getting loud." I thought it was just me on my end. So
it's weird. It's not even keeled. It's like all over the place. It starts out really loud and then it actually just dies off. Anyhow, it's enough about our intro. Hopefully you guys like the new intro. It's pretty cool.
I like it.
Nice slides.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have been part of the pretty cool stuff. Our intro.
You know, it probably should have been Josh Ellis.
Oh, yeah.
Just saying. Probably should have been. Coolest new intro to a podcast.
You know?
He's just pissed because he wasn't in any of the photos.
Oh.
Josh wasn't in any of the photos, was he?
Well, that's on us then. Josh is sweet. I love Josh.
Not really. He was in the room when I snuck into the what was that? The Online 18 party in January. He was there. How was he not in that photo?
I don't know. He was taking it.
I don't think he took it though. All right. Anyhow, that's enough. Enough banter. Time to get on to the branding part of the podcast.
You weren't even in the Online 18. How did you get it?
Just because I'm freaking cool. You know, there was like 30 people in that room. I'm pretty sure that's more than 18.
Yeah, definitely.
Just saying. Well, all right, so today's episode, we're going to talk about the coolest stuff in promo.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it, Meg Gerber.
So is this that, Meg, to your signature down there? Coolest person, not in promo. Wait.
Well,
it's pretty funny you get recognized for not being in the industry.
Well, you know, kind of tells you how cool I am, I guess.
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
You guys are cooler just to be associated with me. I mean.
Oh my God, Dave Maid.
I'm just going to remove her for a minute and let her head come back down to like a normal size. I'll add her back to the stage in just a minute. Sarah, how are you doing?
Beetlejuice moment. I'm doing great. How are you doing, Jeff?
That's awesome. Hi, Meg. How are you?
I thought I dropped it for a minute. It's Jeff.
What's that?
I said I thought I dropped for a minute like the old days, and then I'm like, no.
Yeah. Surprisingly, your internet hasn't been that bad the last 60 some episodes.
Dude, I know. Compared to how it was during COVID.
All right, we're 4 minutes in and have barely talked about the podcast at all. So, coolest stuff in promo. Meg Gerber, you have been named the coolest person in promo that's no longer in promo as of
press time
publication.
Yeah.
So, should we talk about the coolest stuff in promo first? What is it? How long has it been going? Because this is the first time I've actually heard about it.
So I think this is actually the second year. I think I saw it come out last year, but I didn't really pay too much attention to it. I think we even did we talk about it last year? No, I guess not, if you don't remember it. But I was in the mountains the other day. It had really crappy service, and I was just driving, and I was doing some hiking, and Josh Ellis had texted me, and I was like, he's like, hey, what's your personal email? And I gave it to him. He's like, oh, it's something going to land soon. I'm like, all right, I'll check it. I'm in the mountains, kind of spotty, da-da-da-da. So it was 9 o'clock at night, and I checked his email, and I was like, oh, my gosh, this is so cool. So yours truly was, I guess, recognized as one of the coolest people in promo, the little caveat that says, coolest person who's not in promo as of press time. So I thought that was really cool, and it's just really sweet just to be included because I mean, I'm looking at the people that also made this list, and they're not the people that you would they're not showing up on the other lists, right? They're not on the Online 18 for the most part. They're not Women of the Year. They're just people that are really kicking ass and doing some really cool things. Like I saw Roderick Brown on there. Like he's just been a really big ambassador for everything that's going on in this industry as far as sustainability and ESG. And I'm looking at Heather Smart from Gold Star, like an ace, like she's an ace. So it's just some really cool stuff, but it's not all about the coolest people. I think there was like maybe 5 or 6 or 7 people on that list total. This is like the coolest stuff in promo. So I'll just read what they had here, but it says the cool thing about this section is that really encompasses everything, cutting edge solutions, popular industry events, innovative products and packaging, and the visionaries behind it. So promo is fueled by fresh ideas, and we all know this is a relationship industry. So you have distributors, suppliers, business service providers, and all other entities related to branded merch are constantly thinking about new creations, marketing campaigns, and ways to connect with their customers. So everyone is striving for that eureka moment when they all can make their dreams or those of their clients come to fruition. So let's get into it, guys. You want to talk about the first one? Do you want to go through it? I mean, I know that they had ideas, events, people, solutions, and products. So let's talk about our faves from each section. Is that good?
I have to say, like, going through this, like, this is actually pretty cool because I don't remember going through this last year. And here's the thing, so much happens in our industry and so many people are doing so many different things. And social media is only a small blip of what you actually get to see. So some of these things that people have done, like, I mean, I'll take the coolest anger management therapy. Like,
it's so
I was like,
cool.
what is that? But it was something that Harper and Scott put together for L'Oreal. Like, it's a really cool
Can you scroll up to that
item.
It's at the very top. Or do you have that or no? Do you have it downloaded, the whole thing?
The whole thing, yeah.
So scroll to the top. It's at the very top. And this is really cool. So I don't know if you guys have seen the anger management rooms where you can just go and
down there, the bottom left, right there with the dog.
Yeah.
Like, super cool.
Very
like
cool.
a ceramic ball, that basketball-sized ceramic sphere that was filled with products, and it had a custom hammer that then they would use it to break it, and then you'd have products inside of it. Like, what a cool idea.
It's engaging, right? It's an activation.
Totally engaging, like, out of the box, like, yeah.
I don't know how I feel about it, to be honest with you, because I'd have to smash it to pieces to really relieve some anger. And unfortunately, the products inside would get
smashed as well.
Yeah.
Probably more women receiving it, just so you know, if it's a
I'm just an angry guy. I'm sorry.
Say, it's probably more women receiving it, but it was something out of the box, and I didn't know that even had happened, and so that's what I mean of, like, some of the things on this list were really cool. I know, the coolest tuition assistance program, Stephen Mayer, like, him and I, we were just at LEAD together. I had no idea that he did this and that he did this bike ride and he rose money for the Promotional Products Education Foundation. I had no idea.
That is so cool. Like,
it's like, that's what I mean is, like, it's a lot of things that happen from an industry perspective that we don't always get our eyes on because we don't all engage in social media at the same time, and we don't always all follow all of the same people. And so this really kind of highlights some of the different things that are happening and that companies are doing or people are doing in our industry, which is awesome.
Yeah. And no, I think that's great. And I think, cause you do, like, I know with social media, if you're not following them or it's not in your feed, it may not show up. And so I think some of the things that are missed are some of the coolest events in promo. Like, I do so much with Stagny, and I didn't even realize that they did laser tag. They did that.
No.
But I think what's even cooler is the Rocky Mountain Regional Promotional Product Association did, and I love this idea, it was a winter field test, and they did, like, tubing. I guess these were promo tubes, but, like, how fun is that? Like, I love going snow tubing. Like, we just got 8 inches of snow in Maine last week. It was just insane. And so me and Addie went out and we were sledding down our hill in our backyard, and how much fun.
So I'm not saying that obviously not every regional could pull this off, but I do love, like, it was one of my favorite things about LDW before, when the regionals come together and you would talk about different events and social things that the different regional associations do. And this is one that I would definitely try to rip off or duplicate because this sounds like so much fun. I love doing stuff like this. The socials. I don't know how practical it is for like CPPA, my local regional, just because people would have to travel out to Whitetail or Ski Liberty or something like that. And, people in the DC Baltimore area don't really like to travel that much. If it's like more than 30 minutes out of the way, they're not typically
Yeah.
going to attend. It's kind of insane because this would be super fun for
Well,
our
what
region.
about raft? Not like so. What about in the summertime? Like I know that Sagney does like a whitewater rafting trip every summer, and I've missed it 2 years in a row. And I'm like, gosh, I want to go so bad, but
Yeah,
that is so much fun.
we had Mike Valentini Jr. on our board, and he was pushing to do a whitewater rafting event or some type of field test similar to that. I don't know. Again, you'd have to travel quite a ways. So you're either going to have to organize some type of like a party bus or something on the way there and on the way back.
Man,
But then it
Mary
gets
on the way, it'd be fun.
then it gets kind of expensive. It's like people are tight with their purse strings. They're tight with how far they're going to travel. It makes it somewhat difficult. I wish people would have a little bit more buy-in in the regionals. There's so much value added there, and this isn't
So
like
much.
it's not a like a commercial for the regionals. But I've just got to say it while we're on the topic. You definitely should be engaging with your regionals more than just the trade shows. You got to do the other stuff. The social networking events are
It's
so much fun.
everything. It's
Yeah,
everything. Especially if you're new to the industry or if you're a small business, like that's the best way to meet your suppliers, the people that want to work with you, the people that are when something goes wrong, they're gonna be the ones that fix it. They're gonna be the ones that you can pick up and be like, Sarah, I dropped the ball. I X, Y, and Z. And you're going to do that because you've already developed that relationship. Like the regionals are where it's at, guys. And so I love that PPAI really put some things together and highlighted them in the event space. And then the
since we
internet,
since we mentioned a couple episodes ago about the International Leadership Summit,
yeah,
they got the coolest cross-border collab.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Kind of cool.
that too.
Very cool.
Excited to hear more about that event as well. So we'll have to get.
Yeah.
Who we need to reach out to? We need to reach out to our new guy at
Drew,
PPAI. Yeah, we need to reach out to
he,
Drew and get him on.
he's actually in here, on here as well. So we'll get to that in 1 second. But they did have the coolest happy hour in here, and I think this is wrong. I think the person who has the coolest happy hour ever is Michelle Bell, and it's a very special list of like people like I don't know how do I say this. She's got her band of merry misfits, right? And it's in Chicago every year, and it's invite only, but it's so much fun. And man, there was a year where I think it might have been New York, and she still tells this story every day, or not every day, that'd be a lot, but every once in a while, right? And she's like, what are you drinking? What are you drinking? And I was like, oh, I've got the best shot for everybody. We're gonna call it a DV for, because I don't know if there's any children listening to it, but she had to expense that, and it was not a good kind word to put on a receipt, or not kind. It was just a dirty word. So it said DV all the way down, and they were shots, but she had to expense that, and that was fun for her.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, let's just say dirty V's.
Well, and as far as the coolest cross-border collab as well, I
Like
mean, they're also gone to ASI with the PSA thing that they were doing with their global initiative. Who
yeah.
sponsored our podcast, by the way? So yeah, I think there's definitely some cool stuff on here. It's just a nice way to kind of, have some conversations and think about what else could have been there. Obviously, not everything's going to be set in stone. It's just fun. It's like superlative.
Yeah.
It's fun. Yeah. Like the coolest pop-up since the toaster strudel.
I missed that. Where is that in Toledo?
I missed that as well.
Swanky's promo, Swanky on
Oh, I
site.
did see that.
So yeah.
Well,
it
how
talks about personalized live on site with laser engraving. So it's like different things too that like you just haven't seen or that you haven't known or, like I said, we all live in our own like little bubbles sometimes. So
Yeah. I'm just looking. So I thought that one thing was really neat, and I've never even heard of them. Coolest way to build a branded web store before lunch. And now I think this is where our industry is going, is the web stores, the on-demand printing. We've talked about it over and over and over again. And this is a new one that I haven't heard. And again, my head's been in a hole with my own specific proprietary web stores. So this is something interesting. It's called Commercio.
Commercio was part of Bacillus. Yep.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So, and that's interesting. So I've heard the latter. I've heard something different about that. But so this must be something new. Interesting. Very cool. Very cool.
So where were you mentioning that Drew was in this?
So
talking about the coolest super group.
Yeah, the coolest super group, and I think I saw Denise Tesharu, and there was somebody else I recognized, but now I can't find the picture.
It's on screen.
Oh, sorry, I'm back.
There you go.
I know him. I'm so sorry. Why am
For our audio listeners, you're missing out. We've got some fun stuff.
Yeah,
we've got some fun stuff that happens on video. You know, we knock Meg out of the broadcast. You know, that's super fun.
I know, right?
Love doing that. I need to do that more often, actually.
No, don't do that. I'm the
we've got a lot of.
She's the coolest person in promo, not in promo.
She's the coolest person on our podcast, not on our podcast as well.
It's fine. So that T-shirt that's on there, I actually have that up. Can you see it? Up.
Nope.
It's the box.
Oh, I do see it.
Yeah, let's remove that. Make that bigger.
I see it.
Okay.
I spy.
Yeah, it's fine. It was a cool like giveaway they've been doing, and they had something big at PPAI as well. So
yeah.
All right. So what are our suggestions? What are some things that we can ask PPAI or suggest to PPAI that they add to the coolest things next year? Because these are like off the wall things that you wouldn't think of when referring to the promotional products.
They break it down between ideas, events, people, solutions, and products. So those are
fundraisers.
5 subcategories that they break it down to.
Fundraisers, podcast intros. What else?
Yeah, I
mean, definitely the coolest
podcast stuff on there.
Sure. Definitely.
We need to have some podcaster stuff. There's a lot of good podcasts that are out there in our industry.
Yeah.
So there we go. That's our recommendation.
There you go.
And let me see if there's anything else on there that I know that was like boom, you know. Coolest way
to this just came out. It's May 2025 PPAI's magazine, but it was just released April 21st, right?
Yep. Yep.
Very cool.
Oh, I know you guys want to talk about really quickly. I know this doesn't have anything to do with the coolest people in promo, but like I just saw this, and it's now by the time this releases, it'll be old news. But how about the private equity firm that bought Koozie, and they're partnering? They're gonna put Gary Line and Koozie together. Did you see that?
I didn't see that.
Did I dream that? I might have dreamt that. Now that we think about it, I'm just saying that out loud.
I mean, I'm sure it's probably real. I just didn't see it.
What did you see? I'm sorry, I missed that.
Something about an equity group buying Koozie and
I did see that. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And Gary Line.
Yeah.
So
they bought Gary
private
Line
equity
already?
group that owns Gary Line, and they purchased Koozie Group. So, which I would have actually thought would have been the other way around.
You would think.
Based upon size, but whenever you're owned by a private equity group, it's kind of a completely different, ball game.
So they're going to bring in then. So I guess that's smart. Think about it. Gary Line is a lot of USA. Yeah, and then you have the opposite. So everything that's imported. So you have now all under one roof. Honestly, I get it. I get it. From the point of making money, I get it. But what I hate about it is that it's ruining our industry. All these private equity firms, ruining. And I really want to say that because this is a relationship-driven industry. It's fundamentally grown and driven on relationships. And the private equity don't care. They do not care about the relationships. They care about the bottom dollar. So the people that have invested themselves in the relationships and growing and all these things, it doesn't matter. And so it's taking the love, it's taking the fun. And so I remember when we had Lance Steer on here. Do you remember that, Jeff, a long time ago? And I was like, you cannot ruin the culture at NC Custom. I'm like, they've got great people there. I'm like, if you want to be successful in this industry, I'm like, and I don't know, but I was like, he's brand new. He was trying to sell the industry to me. Like, I didn't really understand about it, but I'm like, you're new. I get it. But I think he's doing great. And I think that they're doing a great job over there. And I think I like Lance, but he came on here and he listened. And so I think that really important. Like if you are coming into this industry as a private equity firm and you want your company to be great, like, yeah, you can make money. You can be the number one, number two, great, fantastic. But at the end of the day, what are your employees saying about you? How do you make them feel? Are they valued? Like they will work so hard for you if they feel valued and appreciated. At the end of the day, if they feel like they're just another number, then guess what? They are going to work like they are just another number, and they are going to be looking for the next opportunity. So PSA to private equities. That's all.
It was Mill Point Capital, LLC.
Well, there's a bunch of good people at both those places. So I hope that,
Well, the best person at Kuzi we know is Harold Wood. So,
yeah.
And as we know, a lot of times when there's M&As, things happen, and all I've got to say is nothing better happened to Harold Wood.
Yeah.
He's untouchable. All right. Don't even. All right. Not that he has anything to worry about. He's actually awesome. He is the best person there. So
we'll come for you.
Yeah. You will get got.
You will get got.
So funny.
I didn't mean to change this, but I saw that and I was like, what? So I thought we could just talk about it real quick. That's all.
All right. Anything else to cover on this?
No, sir. No, ma'am.
No.
We're all good.
Congratulations. Coolest person, not in promo.
Not in promo.
I'll sign autograph at the next event.
That you're not
so we'll do this again, and it's just back to Sarah and I. It's so cool. Meg's even the coolest person not in the podcast. It's great. Whoa, what was that? All right, you guys. Until next time, we'll be seeing you.